Here is Ethereum to the US dollar. And here are the original markings that I had before from the prior update. If you look at it, it isn't too different at all from Bitcoin. The very high similarity of index. There is a reason why so many of these charts look quite similar. And that is called the uniformity of sentiment. Sentiment drives price. And that means that for many who own Bitcoin, probably also own Ethereum. So that same segment of sentiment that drives the price for Ethereum, the collective sentiment, the collective mass psychology of the owners, holders of Bitcoin, therefore is reflected in the collective psychology, the collective sentiment that is shown for Ethereum. And that collective psychology, sentiment, whatever you want to call it, is then reflecting on the price pattern. That is the reason why you see quite a few bit of similarity here. I had labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Ethereum. And then the correction was labeled as an A, B, C. And it was really a zigzag. And that zigzag is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. And C waves always have 5 subwaves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is very crisp, clean. Fifth wave was extended a little bit, maybe by 1.38 of 3. So it was not a massive extension, like 2.618 or so, but it was probably still within Fibonacci. This means that the ABC, if it is complete, then we're going to get a 1, 2, and a 3 potentially. I had counted this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the ABC was counted as well. 796. It went to 785. These are the original markings from the prior post. So what's next? Well, this still looks very three-wave-ish to me. And price made a wedge, upward pointing wedge, which it broke out of. So we could either have an A, B, and a C, where price just goes kaput. And I'm talking in the maybe 300s or 200s. But instead, I think if we see and look at Bitcoin, given the uniformity of similarity on the sentiment side, then we'll be able to identify the more likely direction. In other words, if Bitcoin is already breaking, or about to break also, the upper resistance line, then we can look at this as a potential impulse, wave 1, 2, and we are looking at 3. And if I make 3 And if it breaks out of this resistance, it'll be very bullish. It'll be very highly bullish. If we have one here, wave 2 is complete, and then we make 3, 2.618, make 5 equal to 1, time has to elapse. So let's see if 3 is 2.618 of 1. So I have here the trend-based fib retracement, bottom to top. I go to the start of wave 3. So 2.618 would be a little lower than here. Okay. Quite often I just eyeball it. This would be the bullish outlook. Now, the alternate count could be that this ABC could be lower instead of going all the way down to 200s. It could just be an ABC where the C hasn't been finished yet. And so 2, instead of being here, it'll still start from here. How different would that be? Not much. So again, this comes to the saying that there are more than one way to label. And yes, because of that, there is a certain degree of subjectivity. And that subjectivity leads to people arguing, accusing each other of them being wrong and how better and more accurate their count might be. Whenever I get a person like that, I said, fine, you win. You win, have a good day. Whenever you get two Elioticians in a room, they'll start arguing. And the argument will begin with Elliott waves and then expand into anything and everything but Elliott waves. They'll go to insult, calling each other's mother's names. I've seen that happen. And it really truly tells you the degree of emotional maturity some people lack. Like some of these people in Steemit. It's amazing how hiding behind a computer screen brings out the worst in people in what they say, what they type. So here we have 1, ABC 2. This could be a different way. A lower low. We could go as low as 700. But how different would that be to the target? The destination will probably pretty much remain the same. That is why, as a buyer, I would ladder here, or even though, okay, I'll do another small ladder here. That is why having cash is extremely vital to be able to ladder in. So whether you bought it here, if your average price is somewhere here, beautiful. Your profits will be massive. And it's just a matter of time before you really get the hang of it. Raise your cash as it's going to 3. Take a good profit here is what I would do. Usually at wave 3s, I take about 30 to 50% off the table. How different is the height between 3 and 5? Not too different. That's why. And at wave 5, I take another maybe 30, 50% off. If I did 30 here, I do 50. If I did 50 here, I do 30. You got to do your math right. All right, so this will be my alternate account. I hope this is helpful. Thank you and have a good day.